were not just individual workers, but actually had small businesses. They might have attended to 5 or 10 homes.
Our informal workers are going to really appreciate that she's also here engaging in the conversation of how to support those who lost work.
They lost customers, they lost households, they lost the ability to earn income, and many of them can't access federal support. Our program basically provides them that immediate real-time support right now to help pay rent, help put food on the table, help to support their families.
I want my constituents to know that when you tell us more about what your needs are, it makes me a better leader and I have a better, stronger, more accurate voice when I'm at City Hall. Please follow us on social media at CD6 Los Angeles, and you can also follow our website for more information.
Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez and the Korean American Federation celebrated the Lunar New Year with a food giveaway. Community members in Pacoima got to enjoy the celebration with much-needed essentials.
Today we're at Pacoima City Hall where we have this wonderful collaboration with Hanmi Bank and the Korean American Federation, my friend Robert An, who's brought all of these incredible resources to help make sure that we're closing the gaps for a lot of families that are in need.
We're here to do our annual Lunar New Year food giveaway. We have invited approximately 500 primarily seniors in the local surrounding community to come and participate in today's event. We had different types of foods and treats and essentials that they might need in their day-to-day lives. A lot of folks out here have also been affected by the recent wildfires. A lot of the attention has been on the Eden and Palisades fires, but also we had the Hearst fire out here in this district. And so we also want to be cognizant and mindful of those folks that have been impacted out here.
These wildfires have devastated a lot of communities, not just the immediate burn areas, but the economic impact is something that is being felt throughout the region. So we've got a one-stop shop with FEMA that is here as well, so that we can make services more accessible to the people that need them. So I'm just grateful that as Angelinos, we are come together as one Los Angeles to make sure that no one gets left behind.
Traditionally, we've been doing our events in Koreatown, but we made a conscious decision because we have Korean Americans and other friends of the community throughout the entire city. And so we wanted to make sure that we are also being very intentional about bringing our resources to other parts of the city so that we're helping those that are most in need.
Oh, I just got good groceries from good people, you know. Easy access, just pull up, get in line, wait, you know. I receive good water, I receive rice, all healthy food. I receive milk, I receive a lot of good stuff that I need because as of right now today, I don't have nothing to eat. So, you know, it was a good gesture. I really appreciate it.
I always say the one thing that binds all of our communities, regardless of what your ethnic background is rice. So it's really wonderful that we have all of these incredible ways of sharing what we all know to be familiar at a time when we all need that sense of security.
It's that time of year again. Welcome to tax season. This need not be painful on your pocketbook, as the city can help with free tax preparation. LA's Community Investment for Families Department explained how you can get earned income tax credits.
And the child tax credit.
Today we're launching our 2025 Free Tax Prep LA campaign, which offers free tax preparation services to low and moderate income families.
This is a service that the city offers. People should not have to pay for this if they qualify. Anyone that makes less than $67,000 a year qualifies for this program. It doesn't matter if you have a Social Security or an ITIN number. We want you to come in, use our service, because if the IRS owes you money, we want to make sure you get it in your pocket.
Take advantage of the available tax credits. There's upwards of $10,000 available for families who qualify, both federal credits and state credits.
For example, the Earned Income Tax Credit is something that was passed many years ago that has been the #1 sort of driver to get people out of poverty. People could get up to $10,000 in their pockets if they qualify.
Me siento muy agradecida, primero porque cada vez que voy a archivar mis taxes, ellos me explican qué son los créditos que puedo reclamar. Anteriormente nadie me decía, nomás hacía mis taxes y ya. y ahora ya me explican, calificas para este crédito y me explican todo el proceso y además es gratis.
We're very proud that we offer multilingual, certified, IRS-trained staff that is available throughout our 45 locations that can help people.
We want folks to just please see the city as a place where they can get many different resources, including getting their taxes done. We're here to serve people.
For anyone that is interested in learning more or finding the location nearest to their home or to their place of work, they can visit freetaxprepla.com or our website at laforfamilies.org.
LA's public library is also on this free tax prep kick, and we're here for it. Don't pay to pay when you can get one-to-one guidance and assistance on your tax case at the library. We went to the branch at Lincoln Heights to find out more.
We are here at the Lincoln Heights Branch Library offering free tax preparation services in partnership with CalState LA. We are super thrilled to be offering this free service to support the financial well-being of our community.
This is all free. There's other places that will charge you over $100 to do your taxes, and you can come in here and we'll do them for free in a short matter of time.
They just need their social security card. They need their license for identification, their tax documentation, their W-2s, those type of forms. Somebody that has their business, they just need to bring their documentation of the workers they paid or the expenses they used for their business.
Not only was it my first time doing my taxes here, it was actually my first time doing my taxes in general. It's like a small taste of full-fledged adultness. I feel like I'm somewhat growing up in a sense.
They are trained individuals who will help you do your taxes accurately. They'll walk you through the whole process. It's all one-on-one.
So usually when people come to do their taxes, they are uninformed of certain credits and deductions they have available to them, such as the renter's credit, or being a student has deductions or credits, and being an educator, if you work at a school, you also have a deduction. So it's just simple stuff like that that people are uninformed of.
From the money that I'm expecting to get back, with that money I'll probably end up using either for school or for whatever personal use I want to use it for.
We are going to be offering these tax preparation services for various weeks at different locations. The times are appointment-based only, so we do encourage you to visit our website at lepl.org, and you can make an appointment here for the Lincoln Heights branch, or you can find a branch near you.
Doing your taxes certainly is a real introduction to adulting. One of the newest council members, Isabel Huardo, is also the first Filipina on the LA City Council. Mayor Karen Bass, council colleagues, and a civil rights icon welcomed her at her community swearing-in ceremony.
Isabel Jurado, and you solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will carry out my duties,
my duties,
my practices,
and
my policies in good faith. Say I do.
I do.
All right, everybody, do it.
Thank you very much, Councilwoman, for the invitation to be here with you all today to help participate in a moment of history as we welcome the first Filipina elected to the City Council.
I'm so excited to be sharing space with her as one of our elected officials. You know, Isabel's out here fighting for the people, and I'm so glad that she's right here to be alongside with me and everyone here today.
Who's got the power?
This is such an unbelievable moment. Seeing you all, it's beautiful, diverse, resilient. You represent everything that makes this community special, and I want to remember this because it marks the start of something we worked so hard for.
My campaign was about bringing people together and bringing unlikely partners together in order to fight for a common goal. And now, with the backdrop of the fires and also the national political agenda, we need unity more than ever. And looking forward to bringing that to City Council and working in that in this district.
When you get sworn in front of your community and
the constituents that came out and supported you, basically letting them know also that you're working on their behalf of the ideas and the principles that they were supporting and they wanted to see you champion on their behalf.
What I expect from Isabel is how she's lived her life as an advocate for the people, a tenants' rights advocate, someone who has fought for housing justice, also a single mother. So she's looking out for the folks who are working each and every day to just provide for their families.
Oh, I think we're going to expect great things from Isabel Jurado in this position. I think she is going to be a strong and a vibrant voice for the neighborhoods of the 14th District. Her stories, her struggles, her triumphs, those are the same of her neighbors. And she brings that voice and that perspective to City Hall, and it's desperately needed.
So thank you for trusting me with this responsibility. I don't take it lightly. I'm probably not gonna sleep a lot, but I'm honored, I'm grateful, and I'm ready to get to work because our future starts now. Thank you so much.
The Greater Los Angeles Homeless Count will take place in February. There's more funding for fire and emergency preparedness in Northeast LA, and some tips on animal care during the winter weather. These stories up next on City Beat.
The Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority, LAHSA, is coordinating the Greater Los Angeles Homeless Count, taking place over 3 nights from February 18th to the 20th. Each year, LAHSA depends on thousands of volunteers to head into their communities to count their unhoused neighbors. According to LAHSA, data collected during the homeless count is an essential component in understanding the nature and scope of homelessness throughout LA County. LAHSA combines the data with the sheltered and youth homeless counts to deliver services where they are most needed. Created in 1993, LAHSA coordinates and manages programs providing shelter, housing, and services to people experiencing homelessness in the city and county of LA. For more information or to volunteer, visit count.lahsa.org. LA City Council has approved Council member Eunices Hernandez to spend up to $125,000 to provide greater fire preparedness in Northeast LA neighborhoods. According to Hernandez, several neighborhoods in her district are in high fire hazard severity zones. In the wake of the recent wildfires, the funding will go to the Los Angeles Fire Department and MySafe LA, a local nonprofit organization. LAFD will get $50,000 to expand its Community Emergency Response Team CERT program, which teaches residents how to respond to major disasters. Hernandez will allocate $75,000 to MySafe LA to develop a disaster resiliency plan and conduct multilingual preparedness training in her district. For more information, visit cd1.lacity.gov. Following the first winter storm event, LA City Animal Services reminds pet owners that being prepared for an emergency helps you, your family, and your pets stay safe. LA City Animal Services recommends during inclement weather that you and your pets stay indoors when possible. Make sure your pet is microchipped and wearing a city license tag with up-to-date information in case you're separated. Proper identification will help reunite you with your pet. Train your pet to be comfortable in a portable kennel and create copies of your pet's important documents like medication, vet records, and contact information. Ahead of an emergency, identify a safe place to board your pet in case of evacuation and prepare an emergency kit with supplies to last at least a week. For more tips, visit laanimalservices.com/news.
The city recognizes Salvadoran American Heritage Day, highlighting the culture and the contributions to the San Fernando Valley and the city as a whole.
So today we are here at Van Nuys City Hall in the Great Brody Center, where we were celebrating the 19-year anniversary of the sister city relationship with the city of Los Angeles and the capital of El Salvador, San Salvador. What's important is that when you have a sister city relationship, it shows the contribution and the unity between our major city and other cities around the world, right? There's a lot to learn from each other as major metropolises. And today what we wanted to do was showcase the leaders from El Salvador in the San Fernando Valley and all of Los Angeles that are helping in spaces, whether it be in healthcare, education, entrepreneurship, you name it. We wanted to make sure that we show that the Salvadorian American is just as American as any other immigrant that is coming to our country.
We are here to celebrate the contributions of the Salvadorian community in this country, and specifically in Los Angeles. We are the second largest Latino group and the third in the nation. So we want to thank Council Member Imelda Padilla for hosting this event. She's been amazing, and I want to thank the City Council for supporting us and the mayor and everybody. This is a special day for the Salvadoran community.
So it's a very proud day for me. I think that, as somebody who worked to get this day recognized in the city, for me it's very important to recognize the diversity and uplift immigrant communities and the work that we do.
We are grateful for the opportunity of being present here, representing our people, our country. It's a very emotional moment for us.
I feel very excited to be able to participate on an event like this, so special. Growing up, this opportunity was not available. It's not something that we had seen. So I'm really excited to see what the future holds and all the upcoming events that we will be able to give our people, Salvadorian community, a platform.
Salvadorians are traditionally known for being heavily concentrated in the 1st District, MacArthur Park, but they have grown immensely in the San Fernando Valley as well. So it was very important for us as a San Fernando Valley representative to bring my Salvadorian American leaders to a place that we know that they are also here and contributing to our local economy and our culture.
The Lunar New Year is a joyous occasion for many Asian cultures. At the Koreatown Plaza, the Department of Cultural Affairs supported celebrations for the Year of the Snake with Korean, Chinese, and Vietnamese artists and community.
Today we're here in Koreatown, Los Angeles at the historic Koreatown Plaza. Today we're celebrating the 2025 Lunar New Year. It is the Year of the Snake this year. And a lot of folks think that Lunar New Year is only celebrated by the Chinese community, but it's also celebrated by many Asian communities. We celebrated Korean culture and Korean heritage by having a hanbok fashion show. We also had members of the Chinese and the Vietnamese American community come and showcase their culture and heritage as well.
It is really an opportunity for folks to gather and to be able to celebrate a new beginning. It has been a hard time in our city over the last month, and as one of our speakers said earlier, this is a new year. We have an opportunity to be able to write the story that we want to tell as we look at this really exciting opportunity.
It was great because we got to see everyone come together and celebrate this Lunar New Year, and people from different backgrounds celebrating this amazing, amazing event.
Tonight has been a really, really exciting opportunity to celebrate our resilience as we celebrate the Lunar New Year with all of our Asian cultures. There's an opportunity for that to be able to share and grow for us as the city of Los Angeles.
네, 여러분 새해 복 많이 받으세요.
What do you get when you fuse hip-hop and Persian dance together? A healing connection to movement for, well, anybody. 6 branches of LA's public library are offering the Dance to Liberty program. We stepped up to learn more.
The Dance to Liberty initiative, we're lucky to have 6 Los Angeles Public Library branches partnering with this project, and we're bringing dance to different communities in Los Angeles.
Step forward. 1, 2, 3.
What we are doing today at the library is one of the sessions of the dance programs that teach a combination of hip-hop dance and bandari dance, style of Persian dance that connects the dancer to the earth and the ocean.
Click, 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 up, up. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 10.
I think this is a very unique opportunity for the community to come together and try a new skill if they've never taken dance before, You don't normally hear dancing and library in the same sentence, so I think this is a special opportunity to do something fun for the same people that are always here learning.
Being with others, dancing, lifts your spirits up. The more you stay home, the more you isolate yourself. Brings depression. You just have to be positive when you come to the library. It's good for yourself.
It's so amazing how much dance gives to people. Whether you're going through tough times, facing something personally or with your family, whatever it may be, dance could be expressive if you're happy, but just as much so as if you're sad. And it doesn't matter what style you're doing or who you're doing it around or whether it's just in your bedroom by yourself. It offers a release, and I think personally it has helped me get through dark times.
These library programs, like all library programs, are open to all Angelenos, and we are so proud to say that folks who come to our dance lessons are from all walks of life. So anybody who is interested in learning dance and connecting to other people in our neighborhoods, they are welcome to come to the library and join any of our dance programs in the library.
In this week's feature story, In Need of Good Folk, Los Angeles celebrates African American Heritage Month through the lens of Black artists and doll makers at the annual Black Doll Show. The exhibit pays tribute to the oral tradition of Black folklore and fairy tales.
This is the 44th annual Black Doll Show. It's been going on since 1980, which makes it the longest running annual exhibition in the city of Los Angeles. So we are a facility of the City of Los Angeles Department of Cultural Affairs. Doll making has been an art form that's been in practice for centuries and generations across different cultures and different diasporas. It's really interesting because it's an exhibit that appeals to so many generations of people. A lot of the different themes they will relate to.
This year's theme is fairy tales and folk tales, and the name of the exhibit is In Need of Good Folk, Magic Folk Like Us, which is a call and response. I myself was inspired by all of these different types of Black dolls made from different types of materials, different sizes, dolls that were about 100 years old.
One night, art curators Cecil and Miriam Ferguson saw the Clark Black Doll Test, which was a test that was done which told little kids to choose between black dolls and white dolls, and it exhibited bias against Black people and Afro-diasporic people from such a young age. And so the Black Doll Show was based on the idea of celebrating Black history and Black culture through this show that honored Black dolls.
I've been doing this exhibit about 14 years. And the first time I saw it, I was so excited. I just couldn't believe it. When people come in here and see the dolls, my dolls or any of the dolls, I want them to be excited and overwhelmed. People say, your dolls look like you. Well, because when you're creative like that, making dolls, you kind of put yourself into that. And that's my mirror. When I do my dolls, I make them with their shoulders. And I used to hate my shoulders being broad, but they have broad shoulders. I like dressing up, so I dress my dolls up. I like to make them with a smiley face because I feel good in creating them.
When I was a little girl, my mother made sure to buy dolls that reflected my image. Because she did that, I was able to see myself in these dolls. You know, they would have like a certain type of profession or something. I was able to see myself and use my imagination to be able to see myself into the future. I believe that is why it is so important to be able to see yourself reflected in dolls, because you want to be a part of the world. We are a part of the world, right? So you want to see yourself reflected in that.
In this week's Things to Do, the rescheduled Kingdom Day Parade steps out on President's Day. Play LA hosts a Valentine to Fitness, and a photo exhibit captures a foster youth point of view. All this up next on Things to Do.
Join the City of Los Angeles in celebration of Dr. Martin Luther King at the 40th Annual Kingdom Day Parade. Due to the wildfires, the parade was postponed from MLK Day in January to President's Day on Monday, February 17th. This is the world's largest and longest-running life celebration of Dr. King. The 2025 parade theme is Peace and Unity. Let it start with us. Honor the King legacy and be part of history at this community celebration, which includes marching bands, performances, and cheer squads. Head to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard to enjoy the parade, rain or shine. The Kingdom Day Parade takes place on Monday, February 17th, beginning at 10 a.m. For more information, visit kingdomdayparade.org. The City of Los Angeles Recreation and Parks Department and Girls Play LA are helping to nurture love for fitness with an evening of activities for young people on Valentine's Night, Friday, February 14th. If you haven't registered already, get going as this event has limited space for ages 5 to 15. The fun includes basketball, seating volleyball, a glow-in-the-dark cheer dance, a glitter bar, face painting, music, and activities. Join the department and Girls Play LA at State Street Recreation Center for the Valentine's event Love for Fitness on Friday, February 14th at 5 p.m. For more information, see the events tab at laparks.org. The City of LA's Department of Cultural Affairs invites you to Fostering Photo Voice, a group photography exhibition at the Barnsdall Junior Art Center Gallery. Photo Voice is an arts-based empowerment method allowing participants to reflect on their lived experiences and perspectives. This exhibition grew from a UCLA study empowering foster youth using photography and features the work of 6 artists who are all former foster youth. Head to the Barnsdall Junior Art Center Gallery for Fostering Photo Voice on now, Thursday to Saturday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., through Saturday, March 8th. For more information, visit culture.lacity.gov. And that's a look at some things to do.
Recovery from wildfire impacts is ongoing, and we want to remind our viewers of the city's central website, which has the latest on re-entry, debris removal, FEMA links, and ways to give to fire victims. Find out more at lacity.gov. And that's all for this week. I'm Susan Huckel, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. Remember that you can watch us online anytime at lacityview.org. We're also on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.
Good morning and welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of your Los Angeles City Council. Today is Tuesday, the 11th day of February 2025. I will note for the on-time caucus of the council, it is 14 minutes after 10. We try to start at 10 o'clock every day. My name is Marquis Harris Dawson. I serve as the president of this council. Public comment will be taken in chambers this morning. Mr. Clerk, let's begin our proceedings by calling the roll.
Blumenfield, Harris Dawson, Hernandez, Hutt, Jurado, Lee, McCosker, Nazarian, Padilla, Park, Price, Rahman, Rodriguez, Soto, Martinez, Yaroslavsky. 10 members present and a quorum, Mr. President.
All right. What's the first order of business?
Approval of the minutes of February 7th, 2025.
Councilmember Price moves. Councilmember Padilla seconds. Next.
Commendatory resolutions for approval.
Councilmember Soto Martinez moves. Councilmember McCosker seconds. Next.
Mr. President, today is Tuesday and it's time for the flag salute.
I will ask everyone in the chamber to rise for this flag salute, which will be led by Councilmember Heather Hutt of the 10th District.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Please rise, everybody. Put your right hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Mr. Clerk, let's run through our agenda.
Mr. President, there is a request to continue items 8 and 9 to February 25th, 2025.
All right, without objection, that'll be the order. Next.
Items 1 through 12 are items noticed for public hearing. Items 13 through 23 are items for which public hearings have been held. For item 17, a corrected Energy and Environment Committee report has been uploaded to the council file. The Budget and Finance Committee reports for items 22 and 23 have been submitted and are online within their respective council files. Items 24 through 25 are items for which public hearings have not been held. 10 votes are required for consideration.
All right, without objection, those items are now before us. Specials members on the west side of the chamber, Councilmember Hutt.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to note and file items 24 and 25 and have the Housing Department report back in 60 days.
All right, without objection, that'll be the order. Do we need to, is that something we need to vote on, Mr. Clerk, Mr. City Attorney?
Yes, sir. We will need a vote on it and we will need a second.
All right, seconded by Councilmember Hernandez. All right. Any others on the west side? Mr. Nazarian.
Thank you, Council President. Receive and file item 17 since the Department of Transportation has already provided a report addressing these recommendations.
And we will need a second for that.
We need a second for his note and file.
Yes, sir.
Second by Councilmember Hernandez. Do you have a special, Councilmember?
Yes. Council President. 23 for comment. Thank you.
All right, 23 for comments. Any other specials on the west side of the chamber? All right, on the east side of the chamber, Councilmember Yaroslavsky.
Thank you, Council President. On item 23, I move that we receive and file the Ad Hoc Recovery Committee report and adopt the Budget and Finance report.
Okay.
And we will need a second.
Second by Councilmember Hernandez. All right. Any others on the east side of the chamber? Seeing none. What's next?
Mr. President, the council may now vote on items 13 through 16, 18 through 22.
All right, those items are now before us. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
All right, what's next?
The council may now take up item 17, motion to receive and file by Councilmember Nazarian.
All right. Item number 17 is now before us. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
All right, what's next?
And Mr. President, would you like to take comments for item 23?
All right, we can take public comment for item number 23, or Councilmember Hernandez on item 23, excuse me. Councilmember Hernandez.
Thank you, Council President. Thousands of businesses were lost or interrupted during the wildfires. The impact has been devastating, from small businesses like restaurants and cafes to gardeners and housekeepers. There are countless Angelenos who lost important records and equipment and will now struggle to file their 2025 business taxes. As a city, we have to take action to help them and prevent a second wave of crises. We see the impact of the fires reverberating across the lives of Angelenos. Just as we've been discussing how we can best provide relief to impacted renters and tenants to prevent an eviction crisis, we have to protect the businesses and entrepreneurs who make Los Angeles the city we know and love. It is estimated that this effort will have a roughly $8 million impact in lost tax income. This is a cost well taken in order to prevent a much larger cost on our local economy. By passing measures like this, we bolster our collective safety net and ensure that the protections we are creating actually meet the needs of the people who we are designing them for. Thank you to my colleague, Councilmember Park, for your work on this issue. And colleagues, I ask that you join me in supporting this ordinance. Thank you, and I ask for an aye vote.
Thank you so much, Council Member. Let's open the roll on this item, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
All right, what's next?
And Mr. President, there is a request to send item 22 forthwith.
All right, without objection, that'll be the order. What's next?
The council may now move on to public comment.
All right, let's read the rules for public comment into the record and begin our session.
Yes, Mr. President. To people providing public comment, when it is your turn to speak, please state which of the agenda items you'd like to speak to. You will have 1 minute per item, up to 3 minutes total for the items open for public comment. When speaking on the agenda items, you must be on topic. Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can. If you are not on topic, or if we cannot tell whether you are on topic, you will get one brief warning from me or the council president. At that point, you need to get immediately and clearly on topic. If you do not do so, or if you again stray off topic, you will forfeit the rest of your speaking time and we will move on to the next speaker. The items open for public comment on the agenda are items 1 through 7, 10 through 12, and items 24 and 25. So again, the items open for public comment on the agenda are items 1 through 7, 10 through 12, and 24 and 25. Members of the public may also speak for up to 1 minute for general public comment. During general public comment, members of the public may speak to any of the other items or anything else in the city's subject matter jurisdiction. One more quick announcement, if I can have the interpreters make this aloud. If you require a Spanish language interpreter,
Si usted requiere de un intérprete en español,
please make sure to pause every few sentences so that the interpreters can actually interpret.
por favor pause en cada oración para que el intérprete pueda realizar su trabajo.
Don't worry, we will pause your time so you will get the same amount of time as everyone else. Thank you.
No se preocupe, vamos a pausar el tiempo de traducción de tal manera que usted va a tener el mismo tiempo que el resto de los demás. Gracias.
I will now call names to stand in line. Anne, Harriet Elliott, and Seba.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
Good morning. I'm speaking on items 12, 24, and 25, and general public comment.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
I formally protest Dawson's corrupt Brown Act violations and will speak on items as I mentioned. Item 12 is, in my opinion, a perfect example of the criminally insane corruption and incompetence of the LA City Council being the most corrupt local government in the history of the United States. This motion is financing of $18 million for 53 units. That amounts to $393,600 per unit for this project compared to the $750,000 per unit corrupt, sleazy Marquise Dawson and most of the other indicted or booted out criminals were approving daily, even though I don't see in the motion that this project is designated affordable. I don't believe Mr. Soto Martinez would ever put his name on a corrupt project costing $750,000 per unit, unlike corrupt Dawson and indicted Curran Price, who should not be allowed to vote on this item. Item 24, resolution to remove property 2016 South Bedford Street from the REAP account. In my opinion, this is beneficial because it gets the property out of the REAP system, where Dawson, an indicted criminal, Curran Price, cannot manipulate it for their extortion and personal benefit. In my opinion, this item should add wording that would return the money that has been collected from its REAP account and add it to the fire department budget to repair the 15% of the inoperable fire department emergency vehicles, so our city won't burn to the ground via sleazy council incompetence. Item 25, resolution, is to remove 2103 South 3rd Avenue from the REAP program. In my opinion, the money siphoned from the property owner by vote of indicted criminal Curran Price should either be returned to them or the funds should be given to the LA Fire Department with altered resolution wording to repair the 15% of the inoperable fire department emergency vehicles, so our city won't burn to the ground. Again, via sleazy council incompetence. Item 25, in fact, I protest the fact that there is nothing in this motion, nor any of today's motions of this incompetent and corrupt Council President Dawson that addresses any of the city's massive problems. And I hear everyone else. Anyway, general public comment.
Okay,
The
so
LA
you have 1
City
minute.
Council is the most corrupt local government in the history of the United States. I demand that phone-in public comment be immediately restored by the extremely short, corrupt little man, sleazy Marquise Dawson. The public that cannot physically come down here to this clown show are having their rights violated. Los Angeles fire damage is $275 billion. The city is broke from incompetence and corruption, and not a single word in this agenda about the homeless epidemic. The fire disaster and the homeless epidemic are caused by council incompetence and corruption. Look at Dawson. The black community has zero representation from these black clown criminals, Dawson, indicted Price, and Hutt. That's what I think.
Here's your pen. Here's your pen. Oh, okay.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
Willis Avenue, number 10. Solo hay una conexión temporal, no de Willis, ¿ok? Yo viví en Willis 15 años. ¿Dónde está el traductor?
I live in Willis for 15 years.
Okay. Yo no tengo suficiente como para leer ese libro que yo quiero compartir. Ese libro tan inteligente, cómo protegerse de cáncer, de los torres 5G. Okay?
I do not have enough money to read this valuable book that I would like to share how to protect from cancer.
Quiero compartir con ustedes este libro gigantesco de Ron Johnson, un autor favorito en el pasado. Leí 2 libros, pero no comporta mis ideas izquierdistas.
I would like to share this book from Ron Johnson, one of the favorite author. In the past, I have read 2 books from him, but it does not share my leftist ideas.
So, Speaker, I'm going to move you to general public comment because it seems like you're done with the
Okay,
item
I'm going
and
on,
now
yes.
talking about the
De
book.
hecho, él cree en Dios y odia a los izquierdistas, este autor. No importa a mí, porque nosotros los dos tenemos en común que hay un genocidio, ¿ok? Él dice, hay un genocidio. Yo tengo 20 amigos que murieron de cáncer, ¿ok? No es casual, ¿ok? Y es el gobierno que tiene torres 5G, ¿ok? Yo tengo T-Mobile y tengo 5G también.
In fact, he believes in God and he hates the leftist. However, both of us have common things, and he mentioned that there was a genocide. I have 20 friends who died from cancer. I have T-Mobile, and I do not have the 5G network.
Él explica en 51 páginas cómo protegerse de cáncer, ¿ok? A cada página, otro método para protegerse de cáncer.
He explains in 51 pages how to protect yourself from cancer. Each page mentions that.
Gracias, ok. Y arriba con Ron Johnson.
Johnson, may he live forever, Johnson.
Good morning, Speaker. Which items would you like to speak to?
Just general comment.
Okay, we can hear you now, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
My name is Ann Job, and I live in Sylmar. And on my way in, I was listening to KCRW, and I want to commend Councilwoman Hernandez for her comments about MacArthur Park and your position on that. Thank you. I'm really here in support of the young people who have been marching and who have been telling us to be accepting of everyone, and it's reminiscent of my youth when I was marching against the war in Vietnam and against segregation. And I applaud them. And now I might need to apologize to you for this, but here I go. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to be free, your wretched refuse of the teeming shore.
Speaker, I'm sorry. While we can appreciate a good song, we have to give everyone the same amount of time, so your time has expired. Next speaker.
I'd like to call one more person to speak, James Finley Conlon.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
Good morning. I'd like to speak general public comment on item 23, which I believe is already passed.
Oh, okay. You have 1 minute for the item and then 1 minute for general if you need it. Go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning,
Just 1
everyone.
minute.
My name is James Finney Conlon, and I represent the LA Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm here to humbly and graciously thank Councilmember Eunices Hernandez for her amendments to item 23 to thoughtfully and equitably address how we create eligibility for small businesses relieving tax relief. I really appreciate her leadership, and I wanted to take some time just to thank her and to thank what the city is doing with regards to creating a more comprehensive tax relief for local businesses impacted by the wildfire. Thank you again.
Before the next speaker comes up, I'd like to call Herman Richardson, Herman Greenspan, Jason Jenkins.
Good morning, Speaker. Which items would you like to speak to?
General public comment.
Okay, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
It's very unfortunate that at some of the shelters today, there's a lot of thievery going on. Sometimes the thievery is so fast you can't see the item that was stolen, taken from you. It's very unfortunate, but there's a lot of thievery in some of these shelters.
Next speaker. Good morning. You have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
All right. Good morning. Let's start with item number 1. 假如把犯得起的错，能错的都错过，应该还来得及去悔过。 假如没把一切说破，那一场小风波，将一笑带过。在感情面前，讲什么自我？要得过且过，才好过。全都怪我，不该沉默是沉默，该勇敢是软弱。如果不是我 ，Item number 2， 误会自己洒脱，让我们难过。可当初的你和现在的我，假如重来过，倘若那天。把该说的话好好说，该体谅的不执着。如果那天我不受情绪挑拨，你会怎么做？那么多如果，可能如果我，可惜没如果，只剩下结果。你在身边就是缘，缘分写在三生石上面，爱有万分之一甜，宁愿我就葬在这一天。Item number 3， 圈圈圆圆圈圈，甜甜黏黏甜甜的我，深深看你的脸，生气的温柔，埋怨的温柔的脸，不懂爱恨情愁煎熬的我们，都以为相爱就像风云的善变，相信爱一天抵过永远，在这一刹那冻结了时间，不懂怎么表现温柔的我们，还以为殉情只是古老的传言，离愁能有多痛，痛有多浓，当梦被埋在江南烟雨中，心碎了才懂。风到这里90年，念住过客的思念，遇到了这里缠成线，缠着我们留恋人世间。General public comment. So right now I am having concern about the crime status in the city of LA. Because I learned, city attorney, in the past that any single person can randomly take over the freeway, and then that's totally okay. So everybody can ignore the traffic law. That is considered okay. And then in the past, I learned everybody can come into the city illegally. That's considered as okay because our council member, President Harry Stoughton, will continue to break them. So, Mr. City Attorney, if we can ignore the immigration law, everybody can be a criminal. If everybody can ignore the traffic law, everybody can be a criminal. If we can ignore all of those laws, why do we have to respect the law in the first place? So, Mr. City Attorney, I want to go take over the 110 freeway later today. I want to make sure that you do not dispatch the LAPD to arrest me because I'm so confused. Do we need to follow the law?
Speaker, your time has expired.
There are no other people on the queue.
All right, that concludes public comment for this session. Thank you to everybody who came and shared with us today. Mr. Clerk, what's next?
The council may now vote on items 1 through 7, 10 through 12.
All right, those items are now before us. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
15 ayes.
All right, what's next?
The council may now take up items 24 and 25, called special for a vote, introduced by Councilmember Hutt, to note and file the department report and ask for the department to report back in 60 days.
All right, those items are now before us. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
15 ayes.
All right, what's next?
Council has motions for posting and referral.
They are posted and referred.
The desk is clear.
Thank you so much. Members, announcements on the west side of the chamber. Announcements on the right side. Seeing no announcements, I'll ask everyone in the chamber to rise for adjourning motions. Councilmember Rahman.
Good morning. I have an adjournment and I should have a graphic. Thank you so much. Colleagues, I rise today to adjourn in the memory of beloved UCLA professor, urban planner, and transportation advocate Donald Shoup. Don was born in Long Beach in 1938, attended Yale University, studied engineering, and then graduated with a degree in economics. He returned to LA in 1968 and became a professor of urban planning at UCLA, where he continued to teach after his retirement in 2012 as a distinguished research professor emeritus. Professor Shoup described himself on his Twitter bio in this way: professor of urban planning at UCLA, saving the world one parking space at a time. Professor Shoup studied parking for the first time, was a theorist of parking as a key link between transportation and land use, and had incredibly important consequences for cities, the economy, and the environment. His book, which I read in planning school, The High Cost of Free Parking, was absolutely transformative for planning practice. It made us aware for the first time of the impacts of our planning policies. In many ways, in big cities in particular, our policies has basically resulted in free housing for cars and unaffordable housing for people. And we've done a lot to actually reverse the impacts of that. His work had direct influence on planning policy across the world. It helped establish California's parking cash-out law in 1992 that ensured that employees who offered subsidized free parking to employees also gave cash to people who didn't drive. In LA, his work informed the LA Express Park program, which changes the cost of parking based on demand. His work was so deeply nerdy and so deeply consequential that he inspired a whole generation of us, and I count myself among them, who call ourselves Shoupistas, and referred to him, I didn't do this, but others did, as Shoup Dog. I read Professor Shoup's work when I was in planning school, as I mentioned, and I had the privilege of meeting him just a few months ago, not to talk about parking, but to talk about one of the other things that he did so much important research on, which was sidewalks, and why the sidewalks in Los Angeles are so bad and how we can work on fixing them. He came all the way to my office. He talked to me for hours. He recorded a video for me, and then he answered multiple emails about it and managed to write 2 op-eds about it in the meantime. And now I have the privilege of working on policy in Los Angeles with people who were inspired by him and who learned directly from him. His students told me he was passionate, brilliant, but also humble, and was genuinely interested in students' ideas in a way that you don't see from a lot of professors. I also want to note that in LA, we have failed so far to fully implement his big ideas. We haven't fixed our sidewalks yet. We haven't quite managed how to use parking revenues for local returns. And I want to commit today to honoring his memory by working towards actually implementing these ideas for real. Professor Shoup is survived by his wife, family, and friends, beloved colleagues, and the thousands of planners across the world that he helped train and that he inspired through his work, who revere him and will deeply, deeply miss him.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Yaroslavsky.
Thank you, Council President, and thank you, Councilwoman Rahman. I also want to take a moment to honor Donald Shoup, not just the scholar, but the neighbor we knew in Westwood. He wasn't just known as the parking rock star we all admired in urban planning circles. He was a dedicated member of the Westwood community, along with his wife, Pat, who shared his love of writing. Don believed that data-driven policy solutions shouldn't just stay locked in academic journals. He made it his mission to make sure those ideas shape policy right here in LA and beyond. Whether it was his letters to city leaders about eliminating apron parking or the data-supported reforms he offered in webinars with transportation and planning experts, Don was deeply committed to making Los Angeles work better for all of us. His most recently published op-ed, which ran in the LA Times, was about an issue I know we all care about: how we can fix our broken sidewalks. If you haven't read it yet, I highly recommend you do. Not only because some of his ideas are very good, but also because it speaks to his unwavering belief that smart and thoughtful policy can and should improve everyday life. As Professor Mike Manville, one of Don's proteges, described him, Professor Shoup was one of the few scholars who've had a real-world impact. His work on parking policy launched a formidable reform movement that only continues to gather steam. His research has quite literally changed cities, end quote. Don was known to his students, many of whom work in this building, as a dedicated and enthusiastic educator. Upon his retirement in 2015, he and Pat established the Donald and Pat Shoup Endowed Fellowship in Urban Planning for graduate students at UCLA. You can visit giving.ucla.edu to contribute in his honor. May his memory be a blessing.
Thank you so much. Any other adjourning motions? Councilmember Price.
Mr. President, colleagues, today I rise to celebrate the life of Sergeant Felicia Robinson, a true pillar of strength and compassion who has served South LA for almost 2 decades. Sergeant Robinson was born on March 10th, 1971 in Compton. She was appointed to the department April 3rd, 2006, and was last assigned to the 77th Street, which encompasses the bulk of District 9's boundaries. The last time I saw Sergeant Robinson was at last year's annual Thanksgiving turkey giveaway hosted by Jackson's Limousine. She was a sergeant who deeply cared for the officers and community at large. She would always show her officers guidance and support when they needed it most. And her unshakable love for the community was apparent as she engaged in youth mentorship and built bridges between law enforcement and community members. Sergeant Robinson is survived by her children, Jennifer and Yvonne, grandchildren, Jediah, Tyson, and sisters Yolanda and Andrea. Her viewing will be held Thursday, February the 20th. Her service will be held the following day, both at Rose Hills Memorial Park. May Sergeant Robinson's memory be a blessing to all of us.
Thank you so much, Mr. Price. And with your permission, I'd like to be added to that adjourning motion. Yes. Any other adjourning motions? Councilmember Uhurado.
Thank you, Council President. Today, we are here to honor Mario Gershom Reyes, who was pivotal in documenting the collective history and memory of Japanese Americans. As an immigrant from Mexico City, he came to Boyle Heights as a child and was an active community member. His love for photography started at Roosevelt High School in Boyle Heights. As a photojournalist for Rafu Shimpo, he covered stories for the Japanese American community for over 40 years. One of the highlights of his work was documenting the Manzanar pilgrimage, where those impacted by the Japanese internment camps returned to the site to memorialize their ancestors. The pilgrimage started nearly 30 years ago as a way to recognize the tragedy and the pain that Japanese Americans experience in the internment camps. As an active photojournalist, he photographed major historical events like the Northridge earthquake. He also spotlighted local events like Nisei Week in Little Tokyo. His legacy will continue and serve as a reminder to support our community. A celebration of Mario's life will be held at SGI USA El Monte Buddha Center, 3401 Rio Hondo Avenue, Suite 168 in El Monte. Saturday, February 15th at 11 a.m. Mario requested that no flowers are coded, but thank you so much. May you rest in power, Mario.
Thank you so much. Any other adjourning motions? Seeing none, we are adjourned. Thank you so much, everybody.
able to bring back $150 million back into the local economy because of this work. So I'm just so incredibly proud to stand with all of you today. I want to, of course, thank Councilmember Padilla for hosting us today and for the support of Councilmember Soto Martinez, and of course the mayor, our Deputy Mayor Brenda Shockley, who was a provider. She was an executive director of a family source center and brings that direct experience to her role in the mayor's office. And of course to our CIFD staff, who I am very biased, but they are among the hardest working public servants that I get the honor to work with. So again, just want everyone to help us get the word out. We're going to be activating our city assets. So in a couple of weeks, you will see information about this campaign on bus benches, on bus shelters. We are working with media, all ethnic media. We have multilingual staff that is certified by the IRS on staff at our family source centers that will help people claim these refunds. So thank you again for joining us and help us get the word out. This is why I should follow my script. I apologize for that. The most important person, or I should say, if it's okay to say that we have joining us today is a person that we were able to work with at one of our family source centers here at the New Economics Van Nuys site. And I have the honor of introducing Victoria Jardon, who is here, is going to talk about how these credits helped her and what her long-term goals are to utilize these credits. Victorina, I'm sorry.
Buenos días. Mi nombre es Victorina Jardón. Soy una madre soltera con 2 hijos. Desde que conocí a los servicios que están dando de los taxes, empecé a hacer mis taxes porque anteriormente no los hacía porque pensaba que hacía yo muy poquito dinero y que no tenía yo que reportar lo que estaba yo haciendo. Entonces empecé a hacer mis taxes, empecé a ahorrar con los créditos que me daban, y gracias a eso, en el tiempo que estuve pasando por la necesidad de cuidar a mi hijo porque estaba pasando por cáncer, gracias a los créditos que tenía, los ahorros, yo pude cubrir las necesidades que había en mi familia y